so I'm going to dig into the rear brakes here now. I'm just going to time lapse taking this one apart. I've never done these before, so I'm going to figure it out as I go, and then we'll go through in depth how to put everything together for reassembly and get new parking brake cable, new parking brake shoes and hardware, and then our machined rotors and new calipers installed, and then the other side will just buzz through as a time lapse as well. So that was fun. Not too bad to get the shoes off. These tie downs are quite nice actually. You don't need 15 million hands to put them together. And in fact, you can do it with an Allen key if you get the right size one, as opposed to the Volkswagens is a nail through from the back side that you have to hold and then put the spring and the keeper on from the front side. This one just goes in from the front, push, turn a quarter turn, done. Springs aren't too bad. We've got new springs to put on. The parking brake actuator mechanism was completely seized up, so I'm gonna have to go through and clean all this up really well, make sure everything's free, put some grease on it probably. Little pin here I had to pound out to change the cable over, so I'll get that all cleaned up. And the adjuster on the top here as well. Currently it's seized to the shoes, but it itself looks like it's in really good shape, still quite free. But we'll take the spring off as well, spring clip, clean it all up, again put some grease on it with the new shoes, and then start putting this thing back together slowly here. So I'm gonna go clean up those parts with the wire wheel and whatnot, and then we'll come back and start putting it together. Okay, so get this cleaned up as much as I can. It'll probably be okay with some anti-seize on it for lubrication. So I don't think the bracket on the bottom side is really doing a whole lot as far as the parking brake goes. Camera can't see it, but there's a block on the bottom side there that goes around the hole for the parking brake cable to come through. I don't see any marks on it to indicate where, but this was sitting against the bolt heads. So I'm gonna wire brush those, and we'll put anti-seize on them because they're a friction point, obviously, whether it's supposed to be or not. So then I think we're ready for new cable to come through. No idea if this cable is correct or not. It's supposed to be according to Napa, but that doesn't mean anything. This way. Of course the end of the cable doesn't fit through, why should it? Not very much working room to put the pin back in, but luckily we don't have to press it, I don't think. Yeah, that's good. Parking brake cable casing actually fits into the backing plate. So then this guy goes around him with the little pin. Makeshift vise. So it's going to cooperate. Actually, might be able to just do this. Yep, just like that. I'm not putting any. Actually, I guess I could put. I wasn't going to put any lubrication on that because I didn't want the pin to fall out. But these little tabs prevent the pin from falling out most of the time. And when it's out of the little clevis, it's got tension on it, so that it shouldn't be able to fall apart. But I don't think I'm going to lubricate it because I don't want it to fall apart during operation. So the pin's already fallen out because it's loose now. I could stake it in there, but I don't know, that's a bit of a pain. So I think we'll just try it as is. Can always pull the rotor at another point and do something else with it. Stuff like that usually doesn't happen, but if it presents a problem, then we'll come back and change that. So I'll anti-seize the pin here that works in the clevis on the other side. Good. And then the shoe surfaces, which are the little U's on the end, group them up as well. Okay, and then that should be able to hopefully get fed back in behind the. God, there we go. Got it all over myself again. Behind the hub, and it is then prepared for the shoes to go into it. I didn't anti-seize those points I said I was going to. Let's do that quick. Then we should be ready for shoes. I didn't do a whole lot with this adjuster because the spring clip is not happy. So all I'm going to do, I think, is clean out the U's until they fit over the shoes nicely, and put some more, probably just anti-seize on the adjuster slider and threads. And that'll be good for that. And we should be able to put the shoes together on this one. So the shoes are here. Maybe not. Okay, never mind. Shoe, I think they're identical left to right. You just flip them over. I don't see anything to indicate otherwise. Yeah, just the same shoe 4 times. That's set and hardware. Whoa, don't do that. Alright, so we got 2 nails for the shoes, 2 springs for the nails. There's a bent spring and a straight spring. Bent spring goes on the bottom, straight spring goes on the top. It's pretty self-explanatory how they hook, which is nice. You just have to hook them in the slots in the shoes, and there's really only 1 slot for each: top spring, bottom spring, nail. So it's not too bad at all for that. Let's check to see if the adjuster will fit on the... Oh, now do I have them upside down? Yes, they go this way. Adjuster fits on the shoes already, upside down. So I'll just anti-seize the shoes. To keep the corrosion from growing. Should be good to go. Okay. Whoa. Deceived myself. Try and put the bottom spring on first. I don't know how this is going to go. We'll try it. Oh, it's got a long way to go. Why is that so far apart? Wow. Huh, maybe it's got to go on top of the adjuster. I could look at the other side instead of guessing. Let's do that. Okay, so it does indeed have to go on the top side of the adjuster. And get gooped. Get to collapse a bit. Come on. Cooperate. Why the cable's being so ornery. Not going to be able to do what I was planning on doing because the spring has to go above. Probably put the nails in, which would help hold things a little more stable. Sure how you're supposed to do those when you can't see. I don't think an Allen key will fit in it when it's in position. No. So I would hazard to guess there's probably either a really special tool or you're supposed to remove the hub, which we're not doing. So like it's in all the way. And I didn't boot the shoe, which I should have done. Should be able to pull on the springs a bit. I should probably put this in here first. Oh, get back in there. Get in there. Can't see anything. Get in there. There we go. Get a hold of the spring. Probably supposed to have some kind of hook tool. There we go. That wasn't so bad actually. Got the bottom spring on. And then top spring goes like this, I think. It shouldn't matter which way it goes. Don't do that. Okay. Cool. So that's got all of that assembled. Parking brake cable is on, parking brake actuators together. Shoes are all in the right places. Yeah. Cool. So if I pull on the parking brake cable, you should get shoe actuation. Certainly doesn't have a lot of travel. It doesn't seem to, at least. Seems to be all together though, which is good. And things are moving. So, next thing I think is grab the rotor and we'll do a little bit of a adjustment on the star wheel there. There is a procedure in the manual that I'll take a quick read through, see how it wants us to do it, but it's probably going to have to involve coming back to it later once the parking brake handle is all installed, so we can adjust here and also adjust the cables up there at the same time to make everything work properly together. So I'll go grab the rotor, and I've got new rotor screws somewhere here now, and we'll get the hub cleaned up and play around with the star wheel a little bit, try and get them close, and then we can put again, I'll read the manual procedure, but we We'll probably have to do the other side to this point so that we can adjust both sides for the parking brake, get it balanced, and then we can put the rotors on for final and put the caliper carrier and new calipers on. And then the back brakes are just about finished.